Hello, welcome to the Penno channel, and we're back for another video and another podcast about all things Villa. As you can see, me and my bro are here, but we've got a special guest on the show as well. Now, a lot of you may know him. He's the man who does the match day vlogs. He's the man who does the interviews, and he's the man that's probably best known for the skits. We've got Marnie Central in the building. Yes, Marnie, thanks for joining us, bro.
Yes,
How you doing?
Now, respect family Penno, man, and Adam. Respect, wait, that intro, bro. Hey, respect.
Oh, yeah, I've got to give you that intro because you get about, man, and the stuff you do, the skits, top, man, the top.
Even with your man's channel as well, like, I'm a fan of it. Like, I watch your man's stuff. And any Villa fans out there that want to learn about Villa, that want to gain the knowledge, Penno's the channel. So make sure you, man, subscribe and like the videos off.
Same thing for Marnie. Go to his channel. I know the majority are on his channel anyway, and he watches stuff and that. Go for it for the vlogs and for the skits. The skits are. If you haven't seen the Jhon Duran skit from the other week when he was outside Villa Park, yeah, go and watch it because it's just top, man. And he interviews as well. He did this interview with someone called John the other day, and it was so good. So yeah, big up Marnie, and bro, how you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'll just echo your sentiments on Marnie's stuff, man. It's good content, so make sure you go follow him up. And yeah, bro, it's another busy day of Aston Villa. It feels like every single day. It's never peaceful around here, bro. There's always something. But yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to discuss what's been going on. New contracts, players might be leaving, players might be signing. So yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah,
we will do, bro. Someone's in here. Kevin's in here. Thanks for joining. Kevin goes, welcome, Marnie. Yeah, big up, Kevin. Thanks for that. And yeah, we'll crack on, man. So where do we start? Because there's been a lot of stuff going on. Even the last few days after West Ham, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Let's start with today. Emi Martinez was at the club store. He was doing a Q&A session. And it turns out he's signing a new deal, a new 5-year contract. A new deal. Mad. So, yeah, that came out of nowhere. Emi Martinez has signed a new contract, 5-year deal. Yeah, how you boys feeling about that? Because I didn't expect it, and it's big news, man.
Emi Martinez, the world's #1. You get me? Aye, best keeper in the world, you know. People need to put respect on his name. Like, for me, in the Premier League, who's better? Who's better than him? Like, for me, internationally, he's done it. He's won the World Cup with Argentina. He's won the trophies. The only thing now, he needs to win the trophies with the Villa. He's got the number 23 shirt. So hopefully he wins some trophies with us as well, man. But yeah, for
big
me,
facts.
Great news for the Villa.
Big facts. And he mentioned that today. Trophies was one of the words mentioned today. And everything he said is coming to fruition. It's happened. Remember when he said get into Europe? We got into Europe. When he said Champions League, we got into the Champions League. So now he's saying trophies. Yeah. I can see it coming. And so is Unai. Bro, what were you thinking? Were you aware, or was it a shock to you?
Yeah, I just had notifications on Villa, and when it said our #1, I weren't sure if they were just going to show the Danny Ings save again, like if they were just getting that still. But then I clicked on the tweet. This is like a new deal as well. And yeah, I'll put it out there. I think it's arguably one of the best signings in our history. If you look at the fee that was paid, what he's achieved with the club so far. We've got Champions League football with him now. I think it was like 20 mil that we paid Arsenal for him. And that was in 2020. And now a deal till 2029. Bro, he's going down in Aston Villa's history as well. And I think he spoke earlier about his family being settled in Birmingham. His kids were born in Birmingham. And as well, he's a superstitious guy. He's changed his number. And since he's come to Aston Villa, he's won everything for Argentina. So why would he want to move in that sense? So I think he's comfortable. And yeah, we get to see him in the Champions League. This is what he wants. He wants Champions League football. And he wants to win a trophy with us. So if we got that mentality, that's going to seep into the other players as well, especially the new players that have arrived. So yeah, it's all good stuff.
Hey lads, we ain't spoken about Champions League though. How you man feeling? Can't believe it, innit? It's crazy.
I never thought I'd see us play Champions League ever in my life. So to say this season I'm going to go Villa Park and see Champions League football is just.
Yeah. I think it will hit me when they do the draw and like you just see our badge and our name there. Like that's when it was sinking. I think properly.
Yeah. And the anthem as well.
Yeah,
that's gonna hit.
It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be.
I'm putting my hand on my chest for that anthem, man. I might even close my eyes as well. I'm gonna take that one in.
Aye. Tears might come out my eyes that day, bro. That first game.
Facts. Yeah, I never thought I'd see it, and just it's happening. So yeah, we'll see how we do. I'm not even thinking that too far how we do. I just want to see who we're playing and then just go from there, man. That's it for me. But yeah, so Villa doing all that now. So that's a new thing with Villa, doing a whole Q&A session. They've done the whole store and making a big deal out of Emi Martinez signing a new contract. That was a big thing. They got the new presenter down there. They even had Vidagani. Monchi was there as well. So yeah, Villa just going up to the next level. Everyone's trying to push it to the next level now. And even Martinez, he made comments about it. He was saying, yeah, he's trying to take Villa to the next level, and you can see everyone else is doing that within the club and around the club as well. So it's just positives, man. It's so good.
That's what it's about. Like Villa, we want to compete now with the big dogs like Man United, Man City, Liverpool, teams like that. So the owners, they've had a plan. They had a 5-year plan, and they've executed it. So for me, Villa's in good hands. You know what I mean? The next step now is, can we win trophies? That's what Unai Emery is here for. We got Europe, we got Conference League, we got Champions League now. For me, I want a good cup run this season. Yeah, I want to win an FA Cup. That's what we need.
Yeah, that ain't been happening recently. We've got all the eggs in the other basket, so that'll be nice, man. To see us win a trophy as well. Yeah, massive. Yeah. I'm going to go through a few of the comments because there's a few people in here now. So Gary Haight says, hi, lads. Don't want Sterling, do we? We'll get onto that, Gary. We'll get onto that for sure. Duncan's in here says, evening, or Sterling would replace the RB's missing pace. Yeah, we'll get onto Sterling and the other rumours that have been going around as well. Kevin says, yeah, we're going to win a trophy with Martinez. I'm a believer, mate. Facts. And that's his coin saying that, Emi Martinez. I'm a believer. And also Villa's a big club, mate. That's another one as well. Duncan says, Emi committed to the Villa now. Facts. Gary also said, could have made it 6 years, Emi. That 5 is not enough. Rachel's in the building. Thanks for joining, Rachel. She says, evening, fellas. And Kevin says, one. Thanks for joining, Kevin. Michelle's joined as well. She goes, hi, guys. The man like Marnie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big up. Duncan says, Villa have had many great keepers over the year. Rimmer, Bosnich, Schmeichel, Friedel, etc. But Martinez is the best. For me, Martinez is the best. You two, I don't know. Is Martinez the best? He goes above Friedel.
For me, yeah. For me, he's the best keeper that I've seen play, to be honest.
Yeah. And you, bro, as well. No one comes close.
I don't know. I think Orjan Nyland's up there, you know. Like, I just
the greatest save ever seen. The greatest against Sheffield United. The best one. Man.
Yeah, tell me that way. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Man. Gary Haight says, exactly, Marnie trophy time. Facts. Chippy's in the building. Big up Chippy. Says, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining, Chippy. And then Kevin says as well, when we beat Arsenal, what media are going to say? It's early days. Oi. The big one on Saturday. Yeah, we'll cover a bit of that as well. Because there's been a lot of talk this week, the last few days, about Emery and Arteta and all of that stuff. As it always is going to be now every time we play Arsenal, every single game. So yeah, we'll get on to that. But yeah, so Emery signed a new contract. So that was the first major news coming out today. Everyone's gassed. Like, everyone wants Emery to stick around. But there's been a lot of rumours going around recently. We'll start off with players potentially leaving. So firstly, looks like Alex Moreno's going to go to Nottingham Forest on loan. Now, when we signed Alex Moreno, I thought that initial period, the first season, the six months he was here, he was unreal. He was so good. And he was crucial to us getting to Conference League and getting in that position. He was one of the key players within that. Had some injuries in that time after that in the next season, and hadn't really hit the level. I'm going to start with you, Marnie. What's your thoughts regarding that, Moreno going? And yeah, just how you feeling around that whole situation?
Yeah, like you said, before the injuries, like Alex Moreno was cooking, but like the way he was taking players on, defending at times, yeah, hit and miss, but going forward, like he was good, bro. He was taking players on, and I actually preferred Alex Moreno over Luca Dean, to be fair with you. Before the injuries, I think he had more to his game, but obviously got the injuries and stuff. He ain't the same player. It looks like we got Luca Dean now and Ian Matson as well as our left backs. Iling Jr. hearing is going as well on loan, is it?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, they're saying there could be a deal where he goes out on loan as well.
Makes sense. Alex Moreno going. We've got two okay left backs there, so yeah. It's okay. Good luck to Moreno.
Yeah. And what are you thinking, bro? How are you feeling?
I'm just kind of gutted for him, to be honest, because the player we saw pre-injury, he had pace, he could attack the byline and cut back, and he just had this type of creativity with his footwork, where he could just like say if a player was coming, he'd just knock it past him, he'd go around, and then he'd get to the box. Like we haven't seen that player since. Now I remember one game just last season, I was just like, oh man, Moreno might be washed. Like I can't believe it. Like it's actually happened. Like he's so quickly as well. So yeah, man, I'm gutted for him. Glad that he's still got a Premier League loan as well. Not sure how it's going to work at Forest though. They've got Aina, so unless he picked up an injury this Saturday, unless he's out for a while, then I guess maybe he might start in the short term.
Yeah, I think the consensus from Forest fans that I've seen like, on socials and stuff is that Aina will potentially go to right back, and they see Moreno's coming in as being the starting left back. So yeah, I think that the fans anyway feel like he's an upgrade on what they've got. So yeah, all credit to him, and he's going to want first team football, and we can't guarantee him that now that Ian Matson's coming. And we saw Ian Matson on Saturday, man. He looks an absolute player. Like,
Bro,
when he settles, the touch, disgusting. That's a Champions League touch. That was. That touch was nuts. So yeah, all the best, Alex Moreno. I think he'll have a good season there as well if he stays injury free. He could become a key player for him, and yeah, I think it would just be Luca Digne and Ian Matson going forward, and that's good cover. We're in a strong position at left back now, so hopefully we can do a bit more in the market, and we'll get onto that in other positions across the squad. But yeah, I think left back we're kind of sorted and covered.
Just to make a point though, on like like when we sign like older players, I think this could be why like some people against it just a little bit, because as sick as Moreno was when he first joined, he has the injury, and then it's just like a lot of other clubs aren't willing to sign permanently because of the age factor. So it's easier for them just to take on loan, and then he comes back to Villa. So I think Villa probably would have wanted to offload one of the left backs, whether it have been Luca Digne or Moreno on a permanent. So we'll see how that goes next season. Hopefully as a sixth season.
Yeah, for sure. Just because for him, for his value as well, if he does come back to us, and if we are looking to move him on, I think Aurelio's made a good point.
Sorry,
I don't think so. I think it's just open. It's not mandatory. I think there might be an option, but
option. There's an option.
Yeah, Aurelio said, I heard his missus wanted to go back to Spain. Nottingham's close, I guess. And that was the thing. There's a lot of stories saying he wanted to go back to Spain and Betis, and he's ended up not too far away. He's still in the Midlands, so he's local. So yeah, good luck to Moreno, and we'll see how it goes for him. But a few more comments in here. Ethan's joined. Thanks for joining. He said, pop down the Villa shop yesterday. Can't believe how much work and development he's going on down there. Marnie, you been yet, bro?
Nah, I haven't been there. Haven't been there. Looking to go though.
Yeah. I need to go. So, nah, I ain't been yet. So it'll probably be Saturday, to be honest.
I've seen the pictures and videos and stuff. Boy, it looks nice.
It looks nice. It does. It looks a different level to what was there before. And you haven't been, bro, have you?
No, I'm still yet to go as well. So Saturday review for the first time.
Early, get there early, nice and early before the game. Ibrahim's joined. Thanks for joining. He says, "What's your expectations for the season, and what do you want?" Okay. Ads, I'm going to give you this one first.
Yeah. Expectations. I'd say a really strong cut run with the squad depth that we've added to the squad depth that we've added. We can field two pretty decent 11s now. So when we do play in the cup, we can rotate, and we can still have strong options of players wanting to break into the first team. So yeah, I'm expecting a strong cup run. I'd like us to get to the knockout stages in the Champions League. I think with the league format now, it's a bit easier for us because we'll face opposition similar to our level, and there's more games as well, more opportunities. So I'd like us to get out the Champions League and top 7 finish in the league, top 8 finish. I'm not expecting crazy stuff.
Bro. No 6.
6, bro. 6. You know what? First, bro, let's just win the league. But nah, I think last season, I think it's going to be harder this season balancing Champions League a little bit. So I'm not expecting too much in terms of league position. But hopefully I'm proved wrong. What about you?
Marnie, what are you going for?
Yeah, man. Good cup run. And do well in the Champions League, I think. And
what's do well for you? Quarters, semis, final.
There's a new format, isn't there? So there is. Just you know what it is. I just want to be a big team, bro. I want Madrid to come and just get
just sweating, make them sweat at it.
I'll take that and just get knocked out of the Champions League after. I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Top 6 for me, I think.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I was thinking. Like, just a big team at Villa Park, be a big team.
Yeah.
Just that's something you remember for a long time. Like that City game last year, even though they're in the league, we play them every season. That City game last year at home, I won't forget that game because no team has ever battered Pep Guardiola side like that, and Villa did it. So yeah, big team, and if we can get one over them, I'll be satisfied with that. In the league, if we can get Europe again, I think that'll be a good season. I know we're battling on 2 fronts, well 4 if you include the other cups as well. And yeah, a nice cup run, man. Another trip to Wembley. It's been a while, so that would be nice as well, man, for sure. T1's joined. Thanks for joining. She goes, evening, guys. Or is it night? It's getting to night. It's late evening over here. Thanks for joining. Rachel says, I'll miss Alex. Yeah, I think a number of people as well. Kevin said, love Moreno, but he wasn't the same player after his injury. I think everyone has the same feeling in regard to that as well. I think after the injury, Moreno just wasn't the same at all. Even said Dan Bardav said the Dutch right back is close. I hope that's the case. And then I've not seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen that at all, but if that is the case, yeah, that's huge. And Kevin says, yeah, Geertruida, please. He's the business. He does look good. And yeah, we'll get onto him as well. Gary said thought he was homesick though. Costa down Nottingham. Yeah, it's the place to go, Gary. Costa down Nottingham if you want a bit of Spanish feeling. But yeah, he's gone Nottingham, and those Spanish rumours were kind of put to rest. Kenny says Lucas Digne, we were trying to get him off the books for a long time, but he keeps playing himself back into games. That's facts. And it's every season or every transfer window, there's talk of his wages and stuff like that. But he keeps sticking around now. If that's because of offers not coming in, because there was a point where was looking to sell him, or it's just his performances as well, and they happen to keep him around. He's been trying and trying for sure. Yeah, Gary's saying great expectations. Kevin said scaffolding bricks everywhere at Villa Park. Don't know if everything's going to be ready by Saturday. Is that true, bro? Is there scaffolding and bricks everywhere?
Yes, me.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Or you, Marnie? Yeah, go on. What are you saying?
I'm there every week, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. Best ask you. Yeah.
To be fair, there's scaffolding there, and there's quite a few bricks around Villa Park. So I don't think it'll be done, to be honest, on time. I'm hearing as well.
Yeah,
it won't be done on time as well. So I'll have to wait and see it.
Yeah. It's one of those. Duncan says top 6 and a cup win would be a great season. Yeah, so there's a lot of people going to be going for that cup win for sure because it's been a long time. Remember, I said this will get Juventus. A Dougie return. A Dougie return and stick it on him. And we'll get on to Juventus signings for us because it looks like one of them's leaving, and there's murmurs that potentially the other one could as well. But yeah, Aurelio says top 4 FA Cup last 16 in the Champions League, aim high. That's some big expectations. I like that, Aurelio. Kevin says true. I was there today. Okay, and Gary says can't get rid of Gerrard's high earners, and that is a big talking point as well. As we move on to Iling Jr. first, what are your thoughts on this then? So we sold Douglas Luiz, we signed Iling Jr. and Barrenechea. They're both young talents. Barrenechea is 23 now. I think Iling Jr. is 2021. Reports saying that we're going to loan him out now. What's your whole thoughts about the transfer and that bit potentially being the case? Is it just we have to wait and see what happens, see how a loan deal, if it materialises, goes for those players, or are you looking at the transfer a bit different now? I'll drop it with Marnie. What's your feelings for that?
Yeah, like looking back now, it's like we got done over, really. Like Douglas Luiz, him going to Juventus, us getting Barrenechea and Iling Jr. Of course, it was down to FFP and whatnot. But looking back now, is it Iling Jr. that's going out on loan, or is it Barrenechea?
Yeah, it's looking Iling Jr. at the moment. Yeah, by Barrenechea. But they're both winning the squad on the weekend, so it's yeah.
For me, it wasn't a good deal when it happened. I'll be honest.
Yeah, at the time.
But yeah, it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it does seem like the price now, looking at how the players are leaving and what prices they are at this point, still seems quite low in comparison. And I know it was PSI on the deadline, but we were hoping we could get a bit more of that. I don't know about your thoughts, bro, and if this Iling Junior loan materialises, how you feeling about the transfer?
Yeah, I tend to agree with Marnie, bro. It does feel like we kind of got sucker punched a little bit. I know we had PSR to deal with as well, but like the club probably would have known that Luiz was going to be sold for about 6 months. I mean, the Athletic were doing pieces in January saying that one of Kamara or Luiz would need to be sold. So if the Athletic knew, like Villa would have known. I think what did they offer? 28 million, and then the value of Enzo and Iling Junior. And like if them two we're assuming right now aren't good enough to get into the squad. I mean, Douglas Luiz, he got 19 goals and assists in the Premier League last season, had 2 years on his deal. If you look at the market for certain midfielders, that's a 70, 80 million pound player. So yeah, it's looking a bit peak at the moment, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where you make a good point about, we saw articles regarding our PSR situation early, and Douglas Luiz was the one who was used. Now, I think it's been stated that Monchi has contacts with Juventus, and that was used within that. They pushed hard for Matthias Sol, who looked like it was a player they really wanted, but he wanted to stay in Italy. So they were trying to force a compromise, and yeah, it's one of those deals. Hopefully, they find some place at Villa, or they find some use, or do you know what I mean? Because you want to see, you bring 2 young talents from Juve, you want to see him being part of the squad. And it's early days, like it is early days, and if Iling Junior were to go, obviously you could come back, he could develop and get better. We might not be able to offer him that at the moment. But Barrenechea, he had like a promising pre-season, and he looked good. He looked good in games. He looked good in games. So I was surprised he wasn't part of the squad at that time. But obviously there's time to go on, and you can't just judge a deal right now. We'll see how it develops. But at the moment, it's looking a bit sticky.
Well, I think when we were like analysing some of the games in pre-season, Iling Junior, he doesn't suit that left half space where he's already receiving tucked in. Like it's not really his game. So if you look at this system, I'd say right winger depth or left back depth. But then we've got Matson and Dean, so it's just like where does he even fit right now? And I know you can have squad depth, but there is like a limit where you think, okay, this is kind of blowing the squad as well. So I think Villa would just look to loan him out, see how he does to maintain his value. They don't want him like not in the squads. That's the worst thing that can happen because his value is just going to decrease. So yeah, loan him out, see if he can perform, and maybe look to sell already next summer. Or if he's super good, we might have moved on a left back and then have him as left back up. That's how I can see it playing out.
Yeah, same. We'll see if that one develops. I think he will go out and loan this season, Iling Junior. Barrenechea, I'm still not so sure if he does. I think he might have a part to play within the squad. And there's just players.
I hope he don't leave.
Yeah, same. And as we stated, even though he wasn't in the squad on the weekend, there's players from the Gerrard era that are still about. There's Den Donkor. Like, we haven't managed to get him off the books. Hopefully we do at some point because he's kind of surplus to requirements right now. Loaned out to Napoli last year. Hardly got a game at Napoli, so it's difficult to get him out of the squad. We've all heard all the talks about Diego Carlos. I could potentially see Diego Carlos playing at the weekend. I don't know what you guys think regarding that, especially if Matty Cash.
What's happening with that? He's not going Fulham now, is it? Talks broke down, is it?
No, yeah. So they're saying, well, it's been reported that it's broke down. So talks are broke down regarding Carlos.
What does that mean? No Geertruida then?
I think for now, bro, unless Carlos has another buyer in Saudi Arabia or Qatar or even abroad, like Villa kind of just with a 1-in, 1-out policy. Cash hasn't been moved on, and we know Geertruida is coming in to be the right back, centre back hybrid type role. They can't have Carlos, Cash, and Geertruida here. It's just too much, and it would mean one of the defenders would not make our Champions League squad, which would just decrease their value even more as well. So yeah, I think Villa need to remove one player before signing them.
Yeah, we'll see how that one develops, and we'll move on into that because we transitioned into it. So there's 3 names that have been talked about today regarding transfers and rumoured. We've got Samu Omorodion from Atletico Madrid, who's been linked to Chelsea. We've seen the whole saga. We've all seen it online about him and who went to Chelsea in the end, and the involvement potentially Villa had with Joao Felix and all that. So his name's been about. We've got the Geertruida. We've seen that about as well. And then the mad one that's come out the last day or two is Raheem Sterling. Now, Raheem Sterling at Villa Park. He's 29 now. He's he's been casted. He's a castaway from the Chelsea squad now. He's been casted out. They don't want him.
Banished.
He's not training with yet. He's on the
Essentially-
banished list. The same one, Conor Gallagher, Trevor Chalobah. There's someone else recent, Ben Chilwell. Like they've all been cast away.
Bro, they took Sterling's membership into the building. They've took his number and they got man training at home,
Yeah.
like it's lockdown
Yeah.
or something. Like, the treatment is ridiculous. Bro.
They've just shut him out. That's it. Changed the password. Everything. He can't get in. So
Yeah, Chelsea are maybe ruthless, bro. There's, like you said, there's a few players that are in that little camp.
yeah. I think Trevor Chalobah. If we were linked with him, I wouldn't mind Trevor Chalobah. I think he's a good player, and he kind of suits what we're trying to do. But yeah, Raheem Sterling at Villa. Let's say, for instance, he took a wage cut. If there was some form of wage cut, because he's on 350 bags, something like that, which is ridiculous. Say if there's a wage cut to say 150 somehow, some way that Villa pay, would you take him on loan? I'll go you first. Thoughts on Raheem Sterling joining Villa?
First of all, I'd think about where did I want to play him. I'd assume it would be in the second striker role, similar to how they wanted to use Felix. And if you look at his stats, bro, like similar to what they do, they are quite close as players, even though like they look different and you might think they play different. So maybe Unai wanted to use him as a second striker, coming deep, linking up, and then just being a threat in behind like Diaby was supposed to be used for. Loan with 150 grand a week, that's like what, 7 mil a year for a Champions League season? I'd have to see out other options. I'd have to see who else we're looking for in the market, but I wouldn't hate it. I'll be honest, but I would not hate it.
Yeah. How about you, Manny? What are you thinking on Sterling?
Yeah, for me, I've rated Sterling. I think he's a good player, but for me, I just feel like he's coming towards the end of his career. And if he does come in, like Adam said, where does he play? Does he play in a second striker role? We got players like Jaden Philogene as well. Will it kind of stunt players like our youngsters, their growth as well? So it's an interesting one. I wouldn't mind Sterling. Like I said, Champions League, he's got the experience. He's won Premier Leagues as well. He's won trophies. So I'm not against it. If it's a loan, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, you two saying that, and just the comment. I'm going to go through the comments because it's different opinions. I think this is one of the signings that would split the fan base in terms of opinions of if they'd want him to come or not. But yeah, the comments are going. The Aurelio's gone no to Sterling, just straight off the bat. We've got Gary saying Sterling is getting a taste of his own medicine, so I don't think he's a fan. Elieko has joined, so thanks for joining. He goes with a wage cut. Most definitely, we need experience, and we're going into the Champions League. Duncan saying Sterling would do a job at left wing or false nine. Needs big wage cut. Can we loan him? Yeah, it's looking at that could be potentially. Ellie saying we need that confidence as well. Rachel's saying Sterling would be Coutinho Mark II. So it's varied. The opinions and thoughts of Sterling are varied in that sense. It's a difficult one because he's turning 30 soon, and we signed a Ross Barkley who's of a similar age. You know, he had a good season for Luton, and we brought him in. Obviously, Ross Barkley's not on the wages of Raheem Sterling. Is Sterling at that level now, if you bring him in on a loan, where he could take us to the next level? Or I think that's what the question is. If you're bringing him in for that salary, is he of that level that will take us to the next stage now? He has been in the past in his career for sure, but right now, can he do that? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. And I think, like,
has he still got that same hunger? That's the thing. Like,
another big point, yeah.
He's coming to Villa now. Don't get me wrong, Champions League, that's a massive factor for him. But has he still got that same hunger? That's what I'm kind of questioning. That's the only thing. I'd rather us go for a younger player that's got a bit more spark and flair about them.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
And when you looked at the game on Saturday, I think like the majority of it, when you saw like Ramsey 23, Rodgers 20, it Duran 20, and you got like Matson, Young, all of them just like they could all develop and just take Villa to the next level. And you're sticking a 29-year-old Raheem Sterling in the middle of that. It's just I don't know. Even Jaden as well. Like that was so good to see as well, that there were young ballers coming through with talent. And if you stick Sterling in there, I'm not so sure.
Like after that West Ham game, we had Duran. Who else was it? Matson, Ramsey. There's a few more as well.
Rodgers. Costa was on the pitch as well.
switch as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Sterling comes in, he kind of messes up the. You know
And
what I mean?
Nana's
Yeah.
Nana's like what 22 is he? 23 in like
Yeah,
football
Nana,
terms?
and Nana's 23 as well. So yeah. I don't know about Sterling. I think we could do better. I can't lie. I think we could do better for the price and what's been quoted. Even if it's a loan, I think for the cheaper wage we could do better.
What I will say, bro, is I'm grateful that the Felix deal didn't happen if we were going to sign him permanently, because I just think you're spending 50 million.
Yeah. God.
Marty, what, you disagree? You
I
disagree?
want to force at Villa Park, bro.
Oh man, I hear it. I hear it. You thinking with your heart, bro. You thinking
You know
with
what it
your
is?
heart,
It's not even a thing where like it's a personal thing, bro. It's a personal
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean?
I hear ya.
Bro, I would
I
have
hear
taken
ya.
it. I would have taken him on loan for the Champions League season, but I just
Yeah.
think they've charged Chelsea what 60 million. He's on like going to be on like
Yeah.
200 bags a week.
Madness.
And if he come to Villa, bro, he would have taken Morgan Rodgers' minutes. Like
Yeah,
that's how I see it as well. And he wouldn't have been able to be dropped because we spent so
Yeah.
much on him. And
Yeah.
then I could just see it leading to like Rodgers just leaving like for cheap. Like that's how I think, and I get into it, but I hear it for the
That's what I'm
source.
saying.
For the source argument, I hear the source argument. That's why,
So
that's
what-
why alone, I would have taken a loan. I would have been happy with a loan, man. But permanent,
You see,
I
Adam, you're getting into the intricate season. You see me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care about
Yeah,
the market. I just want the ballers at Villa Park.
Yeah,
That's
I
me,
hear
bro.
it.
Shirt on the back, you would have been there. Felix, yeah.
We're going a mad one.
Oh no, they would have done. But so have you seen like the articles? What's the Spanish media outlet? Is it El Cinquecito or something like that? I don't know how you pronounce it. Where they're talking about how the deal was close. They've been speaking with the Atleti chairman. Felix was, he wouldn't have kicked up a fuss coming to Villa and stuff like that. Unai Emery was happy. I do think the deal was actually proper close. I actually do think that was the case, and it was just that Mendes has just pushed Felix to go Chelsea, and Felix does want to go Chelsea in a sense. But I do think that if that Samu deal hadn't broken up, or that wasn't the case, there would have been a real chance we'd have signed Joao Felix.
Oh yeah,
but,
facts. Oh, facts. It would have happened.
like it would have happened. Yeah, I think it was really close. But
what would the
Chelsea
article
goes
say?
on to us, so that was it.
Emery was on like FaceTime and that to like.
They said he was licking his lips at the fort, which is mad. That's mad. There's some of them Spanish media outlets use some mad words to describe how people are feeling.
they get their gas, bro. They get
Someone is saying it's a personal signing for Emery.
Yeah.
Isn't that on there? Crazy, bro.
Crazy talk. Well, yeah, definitely. We'll see how he gets on at Chelsea. I don't think he'll get much game time, to be honest. We'll see, because there's so much. They still want a striker, so yeah. But yeah, we'll go to this one. Ken said, Director Imani, what do you think with your YouTube video? They're excellent, by the way.
Sorry, but what did you say?
I think so. What do you think with your YouTube video? They're excellent, by the way. I know Ken's bigging you up. I don't know what he's trying to say with what
maybe he's trying to say,
bigging you up.
Maybe he's trying to say, how do you come up with the ideas or something?
Oh yeah. Good question, Ken.
I normally got a mate with me, so he kind of thinks of some ideas and I'll collab it together.
Bro, I saw on Twitter, like I think it was a few hours before the Arteta thing with the light bulb in the changing room. Next thing I see is Marnie doing the video. I was like,
yeah,
he's switched on. He's there. So yeah, sick. The concept's sick, and you just keep coming up with different things, and it boggles my mind because you just come up with new creative ideas every time. So, big respect for that. Ellie says, sounds like people are forgetting Champions League is slow-paced football, smart playing. Especially, forget the hunger. We need whatever he comes with. I think that's in regard to Sterling. Kevin's going Sterling's the past. Gary going big one. Felix is a myth like Bigfoot. I hear it though. It has been since he left Benfica. He has been. Kevin says Rodgers and Ramsey in the future. So no to Sterling. Yeah, I have that. I have that same opinion. Gary H says Felix didn't even mention Villa. Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know if that was the case. It's just big journalists are saying that, we were there. What are Chelsea paying regarding to Felix? What was the numbers you're saying, bro?
50 million euros plus 10 million euros in add-ons.
So it's around 50 odd million pound in totality. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a guy who hasn't proved himself yet.
He hasn't hit 10 league goals in about 4 years.
Yeah, it is. Paul's joined. Thanks for joining. Paul says, "Are Villa getting Samu?" We don't know. What was interesting is where that broke. The guy follows Unai Emery, or Unai Emery follows that account. So we'll see if it has any substance.
That same source as well broke Samu going to Atleti originally, apparently.
For Atleti going from where he was at previously.
Yeah, so Atleti signed him. So they got some reliability, but I don't know if you want to speak about what type of player he is and that going into.
Yeah, go bro, because you give me the lowdown on how.
No, I just think he's a striker. He's a young striker, and to me, it would indicate if we do go ahead with that deal, Duran's being moved on, because I don't think we'd have all three of Watkins, Omorodion, and Duran at the club. I don't know how you feel.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know, Marnie, you thinking the same sort of thing?
I don't think we'll have three strikers like that. But anyway, talking on Duran, let's talk on Duran.
Go on then.
Baller, innit?
Absolute baller. That's Duran's biggest fan. I can't even point the right way. That's Duran's biggest fan. So the biggest of Duran fans.
The biggest Glazer.
Yeah, just talking on Duran though. For me, like the thing is, the West Ham stuff that are going around, people saying, talking about his attitude and stuff like that. But the thing is, this guy just knows how to score goals. That's the thing. Like, he's very raw. You know what I mean? Like, fans can have their opinions on him. You know what I mean? You can say his behavior stinks, attitude stinks. But if he's scoring goals, bro, listen, my hands are up. That's all I'm going to say. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, I hear it. Same. I rate Duran. I think Duran's going to be a massive, a ridiculous player as he gets older. Just hope it's at Villa. That's the big thing. Just hope it's at Villa.
Like, wouldn't it just be nice for us to sign a talent from abroad, from the MLS that we got for cheap, and for him to just stay here and just develop in Villa and just be the star that he can be, man? Because that West Ham performance, like people were saying his record is a small sample size. Like, he scored one goal every 106 minutes in the Prem. People like small sample size, cool. But then for you to do it again in the first game of the new season. Come on, man. Like, he's 20 years old. Do you know how long it normally takes for these strikers to have to settle in the Prem and to start balling? And he's already shown he can do it. So yeah, hopefully he stays, man. I'm counting down the end to the window, man, because I don't want to sell him, man. I think we would be great big time.
That cameo against West Ham was that's like one of the best cameos I've seen.
One
of the best.
When he was bullying Tadibo, bro, he was like bullying. Tadibo was trying to get over him and then he's like backing into. They just spent how much on Tadibo as well?
Yeah.
Are you the same, bro? You hope you can't wait for September the 2nd to come around regarding Duran. I'm
at the point where I'd take no more defender signings if it meant we didn't sell him. Like, that's where I'm at. Genuinely.
Close the window.
I know Marnie's face just disagree with that. That's especially for selling for 40 million. Like, allow me, bro.
And then signing someone who hasn't played in the Premier League. Okay, they're similar ages, but who hasn't played in the Prem, but not far off. Yeah. It's we'll see how it develops, man. But I would like him to stay big time for sure. Rachel's come in and said it's back again with Duran to West Ham, especially after the Sammy rumours. Yeah. It's gonna be if we're getting rumours of bringing in a striker. Those rumours are going to start up again for sure. Duncan saying we don't need three strikers in the squad. I hope Duran will stay now the season has started. Really saying. Spendon's joined. Thanks for joining. He goes, what a big up, Marnie. Big up, Spendon. Thanks for joining. Kenny says, wow. I'm not sure what it was related to. Paul said, well, you can imagine if he does play Duran Watkins together. I'd like to see it because that could be dangerous. Can you remember a game we've seen that, you guys? Tour?
Yeah, Palace away.
Palace.
Not the best example.
Oh yeah, boy.
It's a bad time.
When he came on against Bournemouth away, they looked good. They played Emery second half, took off Zaniolo, and I think we hit the post from what their link-up play. That's probably the best I've seen play together.
Was that Duran on the phone then?
Who is that?
Duran's ringing up.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think so.
I should be calm now.
Tell him I said hello. Tell him I said hello.
That's
yeah, Aurelia said
your next video idea, isn't it?
Take him, bro. Yeah, next idea.
Duran on the phone. Aurelia said, yeah, want Duran to stay. Rachel saying, I hope Duran stays as well. Michelle saying, I've added 10 million to Duran's value, 10 million per Premier League goal. Yeah, I hear that sentiment for sure. Now, I think we're all in the same, we all agree that we want Duran to stay around and just develop here and score goals and just continue on that trajectory he's on. He did the whole celebration, the apology, it seemed that way. It came across that way anyway, so.
But what I will say on Omorodion, like, if that does happen, if Duran sold him, he comes, I'll back him because I think he's sick. I think there's so much potential with him as well. So if that deal does happen, I'll get over it pretty quickly. Because it's not like we're buying someone that's crap. I actually rate him as well. So
yeah, Paul's saying, what if we buy Samu and Duran stays as well? Those three are striker options with Watkins. That's a magic centre forward play. If that was the case. We have money though. If it seems like we're in for Joao Felix, I think there's money there. It's just the squad, isn't it? And just getting the numbers down within the squad. And I think we've got 2 positions identified and we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting until the deadline. I'm going to go you, Marnie, first. What do you think is going to happen in terms of incomings and outgoings? You think how many do you reckon will come in and who do you see leaving before the end of the window?
With incomings, I want that centre forward, that second striker, and I want a marquee signing as well. Because the thing is, we were linked to Joao Felix and not getting him is quite underwhelming. So for me, I want Villa to go out there, get a marquee signing. Will it happen? Probably not. But I want a second striker, centre forward. Outgoings, right back as well. I think we need a right back, possibly Geertruida, but Diego Carlos not going to Fulham. Don't know if that will happen. Talks on Joe Gomez as well. Don't know if that will happen. If you guys know anything about that, or
nah, there's been interest, but I don't know any further than that. I think there's a number of teams, but
I think he'd be a good player.
Yeah, he
definitely would be a good player.
Yeah, he needs right back as well. Outgoings, I'm thinking. Obviously, there's talks on Iling Jr., Brenechea. Who else is out there? Yeah, I think them two most importantly. Luke Dean's staying, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Moreno will go now.
Moreno will go, yeah. What are you saying about Cash? What's your thoughts on him?
See, Cash, I think sometimes Cash gets a hard time, but sometimes I think that we can do better. I do think we can do better than Cash. But I thought on the weekend, he got a hard time because we were saying, people were saying Kudus was skinning Cash in it. He was skinning him initially, but a lot of the time Cash was getting back and winning the ball, which wasn't considered because it was just the first action. Everyone's like, yo, he's blowing past Cash in it. Like he skinned him. But they weren't looking at, well, he made the tackle and put it out for throwing, or he made the tackle, it's gone for a corner. You conceded the pen, and I thought that was harsh as well. So it didn't look good overall for Cash, but I thought he had a better game than people giving him justice for. Do I think he can improve? Yeah, I think we can improve on Cash for sure. Yeah. But yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, like you were saying with Cash, like he was getting done by Kudus, but the recovery tackles were there. Like he was winning the header or he was clearing the ball out. So for me, I still do think we need an upgrade in that position. But Matty Cash, he's been a great servant for us. So can I see him going this summer? Probably not. Like I said, Enzo Brenechea, Samuel Iling Jr., them two possibly. Who else is there that I can see going? Jhon Duran, you reckon West Ham going to pay the 40 or?
I think that's the big one, now.
I just know West Ham are pissed that they didn't just pay the damn money. And why did they sign Fulkrug? Like, bro, they refuse to pay 40 for Duran. One season of Duran starting at West Ham, they'd get double next year. They're idiots, man.
They pay like 30, was it?
And he's like, what, like 33?
Yeah.
This is what I was saying. This is what I was saying. Like, I was telling people West Ham's recruitment is mad. It's mad.
Hey, lads,
they've got good players, but some of I don't like that Fulkrug deal at all. Like, if they would have got Duran, I think they would have had one of the best windows. I'm grateful they didn't get it. So
I was going to say,
what are you saying, Lockpotegi? Go on like this, God.
Now, I thought, this guy's a decent manager. He's managed some big clubs as well, like Madrid. Wolves, I ain't saying Wolves a big club, yeah. He's managed a big club in Madrid. I thought, this guy's got ratings, but seeing that West Ham game, that guy might be slightly overrated,
I think Lopetegui's very overrated. And,
I thought he's a decent manager. Defensively, was it Sevilla he was at? He had one of the best defensive records in the Liga.
Yeah, I know he was at Madrid, Spain. It was Sevilla, yeah, it was. Because he won a Europa with Sevilla. I think he won a Europa with them. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know about Lopetegui. I don't. For an upgrade on Moyes, I'm not so sure. Exactly. Some might say it's the Spanish Moyes.
I bet you Moyes started doing the iron sign when Duran banged at the weekend.
Moyes was loving it.
The Villa fans doing the iron one to the West Ham.
I love that from our fans, when it just shows if you score a goal, you can win majority of people over straight away.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
all part of it. It's part of football.
We were singing irons as well, fully.
Oh, it's so good. And obviously, we played Lopetegui and Emery. They're from the same region, isn't it? And we're playing Mikel Arteta the weekend. It's all the Basque managers. They're all from the same region. It's mad. It's mad how it's fallen into place, because Arteta, Emery now, everyone outside media and that, they're just starting to create a beef out of nothing. Villa fans don't care, I don't think. The majority don't really care about Arteta and that. But outside of it, you can see it now. They're trying to do the Emery Arteta thing, the comparison.
You know what it is, bro? The Arsenal man make you bite, bro. I had to drop a video on this.
Did you?
Yeah, man. They made me bite, bro.
That was a light bulb one, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I saw on Twitter, and I was saying, what's this argument going on? Why is this a debate? There's no debate. Emery is clearing. If you look at trophies, if you look at CV, Unai Emery dusts him. Yes, Arteta might play some good football and stuff, but manager-wise, Emery's clear.
It's not close, but it's always going to be discussion until every time they play each other. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. Man. It's long. It needs to stop. AFTV need to just cut it out now. That's it. Had enough. Just two different teams. Just get over it. But a few more comments in here. Some around Cash and some around the transfer window. Duncan said Cash is the weak link for me. Never a pen no Saturday. Gary says, I want a nice surprise to come in and then Duncan and Carlos to go. Yeah, if we can get Duncan gone, that's a mad one.
Then Duncan's not going to be. He's not going to play any of our games. He has to go on loan to retain some type of value. He can't stay. Just loan him to anywhere. Even if you pay half the wages, he can't just stay around the squad. For what? That doesn't benefit Villa at all.
Yeah, Gary says Cash is fine. He's a great squadman. Aurelio makes a good point. He said Cash go to right back when we got 7th, then 4th. Kudus had to switch sides last week. He did end up switching sides onto the right hand side. I think that was partially Somerville coming on as well, but he did have to switch sides. Ken says Kudus could have been up anybody in the S. Yeah, I think he's just trying to say Kudus could have stuck it on anyone at right back, and that is fair. I've seen him do it to many right backs. Kevin said rumours Cash is injured again. Yeah, he did come off with a hamstring injury. Now we'll see the length of that. If Cash is injured and he does miss Saturday, do you go Costa or do you go Carlos? Marnie, what are you thinking?
It's Arsenal, isn't it? So it depends on Emery how he sets up. If he wants to go a bit more attacking, you go with Costa. If he wants to go a bit more defensive, Carlos. But for me, I personally go with just Costa.
Yeah, Costa. Yeah. What are you thinking, bro?
While I rate Costa a lot, I think it will be a bit of a big ask to put him his Premier League starting debut against arguably one of the best sides in Europe. So I think Emery would go with Konza to try and maybe lock down the pace of Martinelli. If Martinelli starts, he started last week, and then play Carlos for his passing in at centre back. And as we know, last season, people criticise Carlos, but in the big games, it does seem to elevate his performance. And we saw, especially at the Emirates, bro, I thought that was the best centre-back performance of any Villa defender last season, that game at the Emirates. The way he was bullying, man, tracking back, he's passing. We were sustaining pressure in the second half, bro. So, yeah, I'll go with Carlos and probably bring on Costa later on in the game.
Yeah, to go at him with the pace. But, yeah, that will be an interesting one. I think that's the big call going into it. I don't know if he'll change too much else. I don't know if you think anything else will change regarding that. But I think the right back, if Matty Cash is injured, that will be the big call.
I'd start Ramsey on the left forward, but I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That'll be my change.
I'll be interested to see. Rachel said about Lopetegui failed at Madrid. He did. He went and he left in quick time. Ken's going with it's early days for every manager. We'll see. I know Wolves fans I speak to, they don't rate Lopetegui at all and when for his time there. Paul Morris says Unai Emery sending Arteta around the shops before the game and he's shipping him back to London after the game via TNT delivery. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. Rachel says Emery fits us and Arteta fits Arsenal. It's that simple. Facts. That's it. End of discussion. That's how I feel as well. Paul, question, guys, have better pivot midfielders than Arsenal. We have Hanano and Tielemans. That's where the battle's going to be won. And yeah, we're going to go into that on another video, the preview. But that will be the big test in the game. Yeah, Kevin's talking about winding up to Rachel. So Rachel's saying Con's a right back and Carlos right centre back. Spendon saying yeah, Con's a right back, Carlos centre back if Cash is injured as well. And yeah, Kevin saying the same thing. Costa with Carlos in the middle with Pau. Aurelio saying yeah, Costa needs game time. Overwhelmed a bit last week. And yeah, Kevin thinking he won't be risked either. And Aurelio saying yeah, it just shows how much we need a right back. It does show that, to be fair. If we're having to stick Konza out there. I think Pau and Konza's number from the weekend where they won 100% of the draws is a big statement in that we got, Ezri Konza should be playing centre-back. So yeah. Some other comments and Matson over Digne as well. What do we think of that? Do you think that will get changed or is it still Digne?
I think Emery keeps Digne.
Yeah, I think that's the case. So I don't know, you, bro.
Yeah, I think he'll be worried about Saka. He's their biggest threat, bar none. So we might want Digne for the defensive ability, then maybe bring Matson on later on.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Anyway, the comments have been quality, and yeah, having you on, Marnie. Come back, man. Come back anytime. Whatever, jump on, man. It's been a pleasure having you on, for sure. Go and subscribe to Marnie if you're not already. Go and subscribe to his channel. Like his videos as well. Comment on his videos because his videos are hilarious, man. The skits are jokes and he keeps them coming. He refreshes them every week. There's no dry period or anything like that. They keep coming. So make sure you check him out for sure. Bro, thanks for joining as well. Everyone in the comments, thanks for joining. We'll be doing a match preview before the game this week, some point. So either tomorrow or Friday. So watch out for that. Again, if you could subscribe if you're new and comment your thoughts on what we discussed as well. Would you like Raheem Sterling? Do you think Duran's going to leave? And how ecstatic and how you feeling about Emi Martinez signing the new deal? Thanks all for joining. Up the Villa, and we'll see you on the next video.
Up the Villa.